Good afternoon, my students. Today I am discussing about the digestive system of a human with a detailed account. Okay, so I will tell first total concept. After completion of total concept, I will go to activities. Okay, this point you remember. Don't forget. Okay, right. Next one. Digestive system of a human. Digestive system of a human. Okay, right. First one. What is the digestive system? Alimentary canal and their associated digestive glands. Alimentary canal and their associated digestive glands is called digestive system. Okay. Most of the parts in digestive system endodermal originates. Okay. Most of the parts in digestive system which are originated from endodermal. Okay. So first one, alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. Alimentary canal and their associated digestive glands is called digestive. Okay, right. And their associated digestive gland, digestive gland, digestive gland is called digestive system. Come to the digestive system diagram. Okay, this is the liver. This is the okay. Esophagus. Okay. Stomach. This one is the liver. This one is pancreas. Pancreas. Okay. This one is gallbladder. Gallbladder. This one is a gallbladder. Okay, right. Next to U-shaped duodenum. U-shaped duodenum. Okay, right. Next one, this is pancreas. This is pancreas. Next one, jejunum. Jejunum. So this is ileum. Ileum. Okay. So this is cecum. Okay. So this one is a cecum. Cecum. This part is cecum. This one is appendix. This one is a appendix. This one is a colon. Colon. Ascending colon. Transverse colon. Descending colon. Last rectum. This is last. This one is anus. Okay. So, and this is the digestive system of human. Okay. So right. First one come to the gut. So gut is also called alimentary canal. Gut is also called alimentary canal. Alimentary canal or gut contain these following parts. Okay. Right. First one, gut or alimentary canal contain these following parts. Mouth. Mouth. Mouth is open into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity. Mouth is open into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is open into pharynx. Pharynx is open into esophagus. Pharynx is open into esophagus. Esophagus is open into stomach. Stomach is open into intestine. Intestine. Okay. So intestine again divided into small intestine, and large intestine. Small intestine and large. This is small intestine. This is large. Okay. So these following parts are present in the gut or alimentary canal of human beings. First one come to the mouth. This is mouth. The mouth is a transverse cleft-like structure. Mouth is a transverse cleft-like structure. Mouth is surrounded by two types of lips. Okay, upper lip and lower lip. Upper lip and lower lip. Okay, so lips are made up of gas, skeletal or voluntary muscle. Skeletal or voluntary muscles. ఇలాంటి బిట్స్ మీకు పబ్లిక్ లో బాగా ఇస్తుంటాడమ్మా కొంచెం జాగ్రత్త. ఓకే సో అప్పర్ లిప్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ hair lip. Lower lip is also called hypolip. Okay, upper lip is also called hair lip. Lower lip is also called hypolip. Lower lip is also called hypolip. Okay, right. Next, mouth is open into buccal cavity. Mouth is open into buccal cavity. So this one is a buccal cavity. Okay, so buccal cavity is also called oral cavity. Buccal cavity is also called oral cavity. Okay, so ఎలా ఉంటుందో buccal cavity is also called oral cavity. This one mouth, this one buccal cavity, this one is lips. Okay, this one is lips, buccal cavity. Next pharynx. Next pharynx. This one is buccal cavity. This one is pharynx. This one is pharynx. This one is mouth. This one is mouth. Okay. So, this is mouth. Mouth is open into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is open into pharynx. Buccal cavity is open into pharynx. Okay. So pharynx is considered. What is pharynx? Common passage for food and air is called pharynx. Common passage for food and air is called pharynx. Okay. So common passage for food and air is called. This is food pipe. This is the wind pipe. Okay. So this is the food pipe. Food pipe is nothing but food pipe. Food pipe. Food pipe is nothing but okay, esophagus. Food pipe is nothing but esophagus. So this one is the wind pipe. This one is the windpipe. Okay, so windpipe. Windpipe is nothing but yeah. Windpipe is nothing but okay. So both food pipe and windpipe traveled side by side. Traveled side by side. Traveled side by side. Okay. So common passage for food and air is called passage. Okay. So this is most important bit. First one come to the mouth. Mouth is open. Mouth is opens into buccal cavity. Mouth is opens into buccal cavity. Okay. Right. Buccal cavity is also called oral cavity. Buccal cavity is also called oral cavity. Ah, palate which divides the buccal cavity into dorsal nasal chamber and ventral oral cavity. And ventral oral cavity. Okay. సో మీరు టంగ్ ను లిఫ్ట్ చేయండి పైకి. లిఫ్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇట్లా కాన్వెక్స్ షేప్ లో మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది. ఓకే. సో కాన్వెక్స్ షేప్ లో ఇలా కనిపిస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి నాదల్ చాంబర్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ నాదల్ చాంబర్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ నాదల్ చాంబర్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఓరల్ క్యావిటీ. సో దీస్ ఆర్ నాదల్ చాంబర్. దీస్ ఆర్ ఓరల్. సో దిస్ వన్ ఈజ్ palate. This one is palate. Okay. Palate which divides the buccal cavity into dorsal nasal chamber and ventral oral cavity. Ventral oral cavity. Okay. Sorry, this is palate. Anterior part of palate. Okay. So anterior part of palate is nothing but just behind the upper incisor. So tongue nu paiki lift cheyandi. Behind the upper incisor ku behind the upper incisor వద్ద టంగ్ ను పెట్టండి. బాగా హార్డ్ గా కనిపిస్తుంది. లోపలికి పోయే కొద్దీ బాగా సాఫ్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. లోపలికి పోయే కొద్దీ సాఫ్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే. రైట్. ది యాంటీరియర్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ palate is called one is the anterior. The anterior part of palate is called hard palate. Hard palate. And then the posterior part of palate is called soft palate. The posterior part of palate is called soft palate. Soft palate. Okay. Right. So this posterior part, soft palate. Soft palate. Posterior part of palate is called soft palate. Okay. End point of soft palate. Overhanging. End point of soft palate. This one is soft palate. This is a hard palate. This is hard palate. This is a soft palate. Okay. So soft. SP means soft palate. This is a hard palate. HP means hard palate. So this is soft palate. End point of soft palate. End point of soft palate. Overhanging into pharynx. That part is called uvula. మీకు బాగా కనిపిస్తుంది. మిర్రర్ చూసుకుంటే గిన ఇట్లా పెడితే లోపల కొండనాలు కనిపిస్తాయి. దాన్ని ఏమంటారు అంటే యువులా అని ఏమంటారు? యువులా అని పిలుస్తారు. ఎండ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ సాఫ్ట్ palate. Overhanging into pharynx. Overhanging into pharynx. It is called uvula. It is called uvula. It is the most important. Okay. So most important. So this uvula is made up of dash elastic cartilage. So most important bit nana uvula is made up of elastic cartilage. Elastic cartilage. Okay. This point remember, don't forget. Okay. So this uvula is made up of elastic cartilage. Elastic cartilage. Okay. This is next one. So in the buccal cavity, two types of organs are present. Okay, tongue and teeth are present in the buccal cavity. Tongue and teeth are present in the buccal cavity. Okay, so first one come to the teeth. Teeth is nothing but dentation. Four types of teeth are present. Okay, incisor, canines, premolar, and molar. Four types of teeth are present in human beings: incisor, canines, premolar, and molar. Okay, so incisor. First one, incisor. First one, incisor. Incisor. Canines, premolar, and molar. Okay, incisor, canines, premolar, and molar. Okay. Dentation in human beings: tecodont, heterodont, diphyodont. This is most important bit. Tecodont. What is tecodont? Teeth are embedded in the socket of jawbone. teeth are embedded in the socket of jawbone. Okay, bone యొక్క సాకెట్ లో ఇమడబడి ఉంటాయి. Teeth are embedded in the socket of jawbone. It's called tecodont dentition. Tecodont dentition. Next, heterodont. Four types of teeth are present: incisor, canines, premolar, and polar. So these four types of teeth structurally and functionally dissimilar, called heterodont. Called heterodont. Called heterodont. Heterodont. Next, diphyodont. Teeth are replaced two times in total lifespan of organism, called diphyodont. Called diphyodont. Okay. So this is a dentation in human being: tecodont, heterodont, diphyodont. Okay. So, okay. Next one, diphyodont. Teeth are replaced two times in total lifespan of organism is called diphyodont dentation. First form of teeth is called milk dentation or milk teeth. Okay. Milk dentation or milk teeth. Second form of teeth is called permanent dentation. Permanent dentation. So next, come to the dental formula in milk dentation. Okay. So dental formula in milk. Okay. This is the adult dental formula. This is adult dental formula. First one, adult dental formula. Okay. So incisor, canine, premolar, and incisor, canines, premolar, and okay. So what is dental formula? Teeth are present on the upper half of the jaw by teeth are present on the lower half of. Teeth are present on the upper half of the jaw by teeth are present on the lower half of it. It's called dental formula. It's called dental formula. So 2, 1, 2, 3. Teeth are present on the upper half of the jaw. Nothing but incisors 2, canines 1, premolar 2, molar 1. Okay. Totally total 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 8. Okay. So what is meant by 8? Teeth are present on the upper half of the jaw. So మనకు complete jaw కావాలి. Teeth are present on the complete jaw. This one, teeth are present on the upper half of the jaw. This one, teeth are present on the lower half of the jaw. So మనకు teeth are present on the complete jaw కావాలి. Okay. So teeth are present on the upper complete jaw. Teeth are present on the upper complete jaw. Okay. దీనికి ఏం చేయాలా? 8 plus 8. Okay. 16. So 8 is only teeth are present on the upper half of the jaw. Upper half of the jaw. Okay. Right. Next, ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఏం కావాలా? Teeth are present on the complete upper jaw. Complete upper jaw కావాలి. అప్పుడు 8 plus 8. 16. Same. 8 plus 8. 16. 16 plus 16, 32. Okay. So this is a dentation, dental formula. So in adult dentation, 32 teeth are present. In adult dentation, 32 teeth are present in human beings. So it is adult dentation. Next, milk dentation or deciduous dentation. Milk dentation or deciduous dentation. Okay. Right. Incisor, canine, premolar, and okay. Incisors, canines, premolar, and molar. Okay, premolar and molar. Okay, so right. బాగా చూడండి ఇక్కడ premolars are absent. Premolars are absent. In the milk dentation, only 3 types of teeth are present. Premolars are absent. Premolars are absent. Okay. Incisor, canines, and molars are present. Premolars are absent. Premolars are absent. Okay. So take as 0, 0. Okay. Take as 0, 0. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, 5. Okay. 5 plus 5, 10. Next 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 10, 20. Okay. In this is so this is deciduous dentation or milk dentation. Milk dentation. This is a milk dental form. This is a milk dental formula. Milk dental formula. Okay. Milk dental formula. 2102 by 210. Okay. So totally 20 teeth are present in milk dentation. Okay. In the milk dentation, three types of teeth are present: incisor, canines, molar. Premolars are absent. Premolars are absent. Okay. So come to the molar. So in adult dentation, molars are three, but in milk dentation, molars are two, only two. Okay. Third molar is appear late, above the age of 21 years. Okay. Third molar appear too late. Okay. So this third molar appear above the age of 21 years. Above the age of 21 years. So this third molar is called wisdom teeth. తెలుగులో జ్ఞానదంతము అంటారు. జ్ఞానదంతము అని పిలుస్తారు. Okay, right. Okay. This third molar is called wisdom teeth. Wisdom teeth. తెలుగులో జ్ఞానదంతము అని. Okay. సో ఈ విధంగా బిట్స్ వస్తాయి. Okay. So wisdom teeth appear. Okay. So during the age of dash అంటారు. From 21 years to above. ఎంతకాలం తీసుకోవచ్చు. 23, 24, 25, 6, 27 ఎట్లయినా తీసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే. సో ఫ్రమ్ 21 years to above. So that is the time of third molar appear. Okay. Third molar appear. Okay. Right. It is over the dental formula. It is adult dental formula. It is milk dental formula. Okay. Right. Next, in the buccal cavity, tooth is over. Okay. Tooth is ectomesodermal originate. Most important bit. Okay. So ఇలాంటి బిట్స్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుంటాయంటే గిన మీకు అసైన్మెంట్స్ లో సార్ వాళ్ళు పెడతా ఉంటారు బిట్ పేపర్. ఓకే. ఆ బిట్ పేపర్లలో ఇలాంటి బిట్స్ బాగా వస్తుంటాయి. ఖచ్చితంగా రాసుకోండి. అర్థమైంది కదా. ఇన్ బక్కల్ క్యావిటీ tooth is over. Okay. Tongue is present. Okay. On the tongue, three types of papillas are. Come to the tongue. Tongue is attaches to floor of buccal cavity. So with the help of frenulum, most important. Tongue is attaches to floor of buccal cavity or oral cavity with the help of frenulum. With the help of frenulum. Okay, right. On the tongue, this is tongue. This is on the tongue. Three types of papillas. Fungiform papilla. These are fungiform. Filiform papilla. Next, circumvallate papilla. Fungiform papilla. This one is fungiform papilla. This one is filiform papilla. This one is circumvallate. Okay. circumvallate. Okay. The shape of circumvallate papilla, inverted V shape. Inverted V shape. The shape of circumvallate papilla. Circumvallate papilla, inverted V shape. Next one. The shape of fungiform papilla, mushroom shape. The shape of fungiform papilla, mushroom shape. Mushroom shape. Mushroom తెలుసు కదా దానిపైన గొడుగులా ఉంటది కదా ఆ షేప్ లో. నెక్స్ట్ filiform papilla. These are filamentous like papilla. These are filamentous like or fiber like papilla. Okay. So, this is over the. What is the main function of tongue? Tongue, food is mixes with saliva with the help of tongue. Okay, food is mixes with saliva with the help of tongue. Tongue useful for determine the taste. Tongue useful for determine the taste. Okay, and speech. Okay, so food is mixes with saliva with the help of tongue. Next, this tongue useful for speech. Speech and tactile. Tactile means taste determination. Tactile means taste determination. Taste determination. Tactile. Okay. So speech, tactile, and food is mixes with saliva. Okay. So with the help of tongue. These are uses of tongue. These are uses of tongue. This point, don't forget my restaurant, right? This is over the in the buccal cavity. Okay. So in the buccal cavity, two types of organs are present: tongue and tooth is over. Okay. Next one, buccal cavity is opens into buccal cavity is opens into buccal cavity is opens into. What is pharynx? Common passage for food and air is called pharynx. ఇప్పుడే మీకు చెప్పడం జరిగింది. Common passage for food and air is called pharynx. Okay. So, okay. Next one, pharynx is opens into esophagus. Pharynx is opens into esophagus. This one is esophagus. Esophagus is also called food pipe. Esophagus is also called food pipe. Okay, right. On the wall of esophagus, goblet cells are present. On the wall of esophagus, goblet cells are present. These are goblet. These goblet cells secrete the mucus. These are goblet cells. These are goblet cells. These goblet cells secrete the mucus. This mucus is useful for sliding the bolus into stomach. Sliding the bolus into stomach. Okay, sliding the bolus into stomach. So this is the goblet. Goblet. These goblet cells secrete mucus. Okay, so mucus. This mucus useful for sliding the bolus into stomach. Okay. So what is bolus? During the process of mastication. So what is mastication? Chewing. Okay. So during the process of mastication, food is mixes with saliva. Okay. In this process, a ball-like cell mass is formed. That is called bolus. A ball-like cell mass is formed. That is called bolus. Bolus first time formed in dash. Buccal cavity. Answer most important. Bolus first time formed in dash. Buccal cavity. Buccal cavity. Okay. Uh, this bolus, okay, sliding through esophagus and ultimately opens into and ultimately reaches into stomach. And ultimately reaches into stomach. Okay. So between esophagus and stomach, cardiac splinter muscle is present. This one is cardiac between esophagus and this one is stomach. Between esophagus and stomach, cardiac splinter muscle. This one is cardiac splinter. Cardiac splinter. Okay. So, what is the main function of cardiac splinter muscle? Okay. Prevent the backward passage of food from stomach to esophagus. prevent the backward passage of food from stomach to esophagus. That is the main function of cardiac sphincter muscle. Okay, so cardiac sphincter muscle. Okay, so next one, between esophagus and stomach, cardiac sphincter muscle. Okay, and then between stomach and duodenum. So this is stomach. So this is the duodenum. Okay, between stomach and duodenum. Between stomach and duodenum, pyloric sphincter muscle is present. Pyloric sphincter muscle is present. Pyloric sphincter muscle is present. Okay, so right. అంటే stomach is provided with anterior cardiac sphincter and posterior pyloric sphincter. Posterior pyloric sphincter. Okay. So next one, what is the main function of pyloric sphincter muscle? Already over the function of cardiac sphincter muscle. Cardiac sphincter muscle prevent the backward passage of food from stomach to esophagus. Food from stomach to esophagus. Right. Next, pyloric sphincter muscle prevent the backward passage of food from duodenum to nothing but small intestine. Small intestine to stomach. Small intestine to stomach. Okay. So, in the small intestine, three parts are present. Duodenum. Anterior part of small intestine is called duodenum. Middle part of small intestine is called jejunum. And then posterior part of small intestine is called ileum. Okay. So, there is the main function of pyloric sphincter muscle. So, it is prevent the backward passage of food from uh, small intestine to stomach. Small intestine to stomach. There is the main function of pyloric sphincter muscle. Okay. Right. It is over the next stomach. Esophagus. Esophagus is open into stomach. Esophagus is open into stomach. మీకు తెలుసు ఇప్పుడే చెప్తున్నాను. Okay. So, on the wall of esophagus, smooth muscles are present. On the wall of esophagus, smooth muscles are due to the contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles. So this is smooth. Due to the contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles, a wave-like movement is formed. A wave-like movement is formed. This wave-like movement is called peristaltic movement. This wave-like movement is called peristaltic movement. As a result of peristaltic movement, food bolus is gradually moves down and ultimately reaches into stomach. Okay. So, as a result of peristaltic movement or wave-like movement, food bolus, which is is food bolus is gradually slide and ultimately opens into stomach. Okay, due to the effect of peristaltic movement. Okay, so this peristaltic movement is occurred by contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles on the wall of esophagus. This point, but remember, don't forget, my dear friends. Right. Next one, stomach. So this esophagus is open into stomach. What is the shape of stomach? Okay. Stomach is J-shaped bag-like structure. Stomach is J-shaped bag-like structure. Okay, or sac-like structure. Right. What is the location of stomach? Okay, left upper portion of abdominal cavity. Left. Okay, so left upper portion of abdominal cavity. That is the location of stomach. Okay, right. Next one. On the wall of stomach, approximately 35 million of gastric glands are present. On the wall of stomach, approximately 35 million of gastric glands are present. These gastric glands secretes gastric juice. In the gastric juice, two types of enzymes are present. Okay, this is most important bit. In the gastric juice, two types of enzymes are present. pepsinogen and prorenin. Okay, and also present the HCl. Also present the HCl water and Cazyl intrinsic factor. And Cazyl intrinsic factor. Okay, so 5 factors are present in the gastric juice. 5 factors are present in the gastric juice. Okay, right. 2 types of enzymes. First one, pepsinogen, prorenin, HCl, mucin, mucus or mucin, and Cazyl intrinsic factor. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Cazyl intrinsic factor. Okay, so this is the Cazyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 types of factors are present in gastric. Okay, right. This is over the stomach. Okay, right. Next one, most important bit. This one is bigger. Mucus protect the wall of stomach. Mucus layer protect the wall of stomach. Okay, so protect against from HCl. Mucus layer protect against the wall of stomach. Okay, so wall of stomach. This is most important. Okay, Cazyl intrinsic factor. What is Cazyl intrinsic factor? Cazyl intrinsic factor useful for absorption of vitamin B12, okay, into blood. Absorption of vitamin B12 into blood. That is the main function of Cazyl intrinsic factor. Okay, so Cazyl intrinsic factor B12. So B12. This is B12. This is B12. What is the scientific name of B12? Cyanocobalamin. This is cyanocobalamin. Okay. So what is the main function of vitamin B12 enzyme? Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 useful for maturation of RBC and production of RBC. Maturation of RBC and production of RBC. Okay. So RBC means red blood cells. Okay. So for example, మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా డాక్టర్ దగ్గరికి పోయింటారు. సో సార్ కొంచెము వీక్నెస్ గా ఉంది అది ఇది అని. అప్పుడు డాక్టర్ గారు ఏం చేస్తారంటే విటమిన్ B12 అండ్ ఫోలిక్ యాసిడ్ కంటైనింగ్ టానిక్ ఇస్తారు. విటమిన్ B12 అండ్ ఫోలిక్ యాసిడ్ కంటైనింగ్ ఒక టానిక్ కానీ, ఓకే, లేదా కొన్ని క్యాప్సల్ కానీ ఇస్తారు. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ విటమిన్ B12? విటమిన్ B12 యూజ్ఫుల్ ఫర్ maturation and production of RBC. Okay, right. This is over the stomach. Next one, come to the small intestine. Okay. What is the location of stomach? Upper left portion of abdominal cavity. Okay, so upper left portion of abdominal cavity. Okay. Next, intestine. This intestine divided into 2 types: small intestine and large intestine. The length of small intestine 3 meters. Okay, the length of large intestine only 1.5 meters. Only for 1.5 meters. The length of small intestine 3 meters. The length of large intestine only 1.5 meters. Come to the small intestine. This small intestine divided into 3 parts. Anterior part of small intestine is called duodenum. So this is duodenum. This one is duodenum. Up to this one, duodenum. And then middle part of small intestine is called jejunum. So middle part of small intestine is called jejunum. From this point to this point, jejunum. Okay. And then The posterior part of small intestine is called ileum. So from this point to this point, the posterior part of small intestine is called ileum. Okay. So ileum is considered longest part in small intestine. Ileum is considered longest part in small intestine. Okay. So next, absorption takes place inside the ileum with the help of microvilli. Absorption takes place inside the ileum with the help of microvilli. Okay, so these are micro. These are microvilli. So these microvilli useful for absorption of digested food or nutrients into blood. Okay, so this is the shape of duodenum. U shape, important. The shape of duodenum, U shape. In the U-shaped duodenum, pancreas is present. In the U-shaped duodenum, pancreas is present. Pancreas is considered second largest digestive gland, but liver is considered this one. Red mark is liver. Liver is considered first largest digestive gland. Okay, so liver. So liver is considered first largest digestive gland in the human body. Liver. Okay. So what is the main function of liver? Liver secretes the bile juice. In the bile juice, enzymes are absent. In the bile juice, enzymes are absent. Okay, right. Next, liver is considered first largest digestive gland, and pancreas is considered second largest digestive gland. Second largest digestive gland in the human body, pancreas. Okay, so this pancreas is also called duct and ductless gland. Duct and ductless gland. So this pancreas is also called duct and ductless gland. Okay, right. Next one. This is over the small intestine. The total length of a small intestine 3 meters. Next, to come to the large intestine. Okay, so large intestine divided into 3 parts: cecum, colon, rectum. Cecum, colon, rectum. So this is cecum. So this part is cecum. This is colon. This is cecum, colon. Okay, so janta kuda colon. Okay, so right. From this point to this point to this point. From this point to this. From this point to this point. Okay, entire part is called colon. Entire part is called colon. Okay, so in the colon, bulged pouches like structures are present. Bulged. Bulged ante ubbina. Bulged means ubbina. Okay, so on the colon, the bulged pouches are present. These are called ostra. So these are called ostra. Bulged pouches are present on the colon. These are called ostra. Okay. So next, on the colon, okay. So elongated muscular band is present. Elongated muscular band is present. This elongated muscular band is called tinea. This elongated muscular band is called tinea. Okay. So ostra and tinea both are related to that colon. Colon లేకుంటే large intestine better. ఎందుకంటే colon is one of the part in large intestine. Colon is one of the part in large intestine. Okay. So large intestine. Cecum, colon, and rectum. And three parts are present in large intestine. The total length of the large intestine 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters. Okay, 1.5 meters. Okay, right. Cecum. This is a cecum. Anterior part of large intestine is called cecum. Middle part of large intestine is called colon. and then posterior part of large intestine is called rectum. Colon is considered longest part in large intestine. So this one is from this point to this point. Enter this part is called colon. Okay, right. Like next, cecum. What is the main function of cecum? In the cecum, symbiotic bacteria are present. In the cecum, symbiotic bacteria are present. These symbiotic bacteria produces a cellulase enzyme. This cellulase enzyme digested the cellulose into glucose. Digested the cellulose into glucose. Okay, right. Digested the cellulose into glucose. This cecum produces the cellulase enzyme. Cellulase enzyme. This cellulase enzyme digested the cellulose into glucose. Digested the cellulose into glucose. Okay. This is cellulase enzyme digested the cellulose into glucose. Okay. So cellulose digestion occur in that cecum of large intestine. Cellulose digestion is occur in that cecum of large intestine. Cecum of large intestine. Okay. Right. Next over the colon. So already over the colon. Tinea and astra. What is the main function of colon? Reabsorption of water, minerals, and drugs. Reabsorption of water, minerals, and drugs from undigested food. Nothing but excretory product. Excretory product. That is the main function of colon. Main function of colon. Next, last rectum. From rectum, rectum is opens outside through and okay, so through and. Okay. So this excretory product from rectum expel outside through anus. Through anus. Okay. Anus is regarded by two types of sphincter muscles: internal anal sphincter, external anal sphincter. Internal anal sphincter, external anal sphincter. Internal anal sphincter is made up of smooth muscles. External anal sphincter is made up of voluntary muscles. Internal anal sphincter is made up. This is a internal anal. This is a internal anal sphincter. Okay. This is one is a internal anal. Red is a internal anal. Internal anal sphincter is made up of smooth muscles. External black is external. External anal sphincter is made up of voluntary. Okay. So inside the anus, two types of sphincter muscles are present. Internal anal sphincter, external anal sphincter. Internal anal sphincter is formed by smooth muscles. External anal sphincter is formed by voluntary muscles. It's formed by voluntary muscles. Okay. So next last appendix. Okay. From cecum, a finger-like tubular-like process derived from cecum. A finger-like. So this is finger. Okay. So a finger-like tubular extension is derived from cecum. Okay. That is called appendix. That is called appendix. Okay. So when undigested food particle is enters into appendix. When undigested food particle is enters into appendix. Enters into appendix. This undigested food particle. This is undigested food particle. This is undigested. Okay. So rice particle. When undigested food particle is enters into appendix, this undigested food particle undergoes decomposition, okay, to release bacteria. To release bacteria. So these bacteria produce different type of toxins. Due to the effect of toxins, due to the effect of toxins, okay, stomach pain is occur. Stomach pain is occur. Okay, so దీన్ని 24 hours స్టమక్ పెయిన్ అంటారు. ఎందుకంటే విత్ ఇన్ 24 hours లోపల ఈ యొక్క అపెండిక్స్ ను కట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, అపెండిక్స్ ను కట్ చేయాలి. లేకుంటే గిన మొత్తం అంతా కూడా ఈ పాయిజన్ అంతా టోటల్ బాడీకి అంతా ఓకే స్ప్రెడ్ అయిపోయి టోటల్ గా లైఫే చాలా కష్టం అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి within 24 hours, when stomach pain is occur, within 24 hours must and should cut the appendix. Okay, cut the appendix. Okay. It is 24 hours abdominal pain. 24 hours abdominal pain. Okay. మరి ఎందుకు ఇట్లా ఎక్కువగా వస్తుందంటే గినా దానికి చాలా కారణాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, సో when large quantity of food intake and less quantity of water intake, less quantity of water intake, that is first cause. Large quantity of food and only less quantity of water intake. Okay, due to which some of the food particle not undergoes digestion, not undergoes digestion. Right. That is good. Next, second one. Next, second one. Okay. In food, intake of fiberless food. Intake of fiberless food. That is the second cause for appendix. That is second cause. Second cause for appendix. Next, third cause. Okay. We have take spicy food, large and spicy. Okay. So large and spicy food. Okay. So, these are causes to appendicitis. Causes to appendicitis. This is over the gut. Is over the gut. Gut is nothing but alimentary canal. Gut is nothing but alimentary canal. Okay, right. Next one, digestive gland. Digestive gland. Digestive glands, four types: salivary gland, gastric glands, intestinal gland, liver, and pancreas. Five types of digestive glands are present in human beings. First one comes to the salivary glands. Is most important bit in the cecum. Symbiotic microorganisms are present. In the cecum, symbiotic microorganisms are present. These symbiotic microorganisms produces cellulase enzyme. Adi rasanu kada, cellulase enzyme. This cellulase enzyme digested the cellulose. Digested the cellulose into glucose. Okay, this is cellulase. This is cellulase enzyme digested the cellulose into glucose. Okay, cellulose into glucose. Okay, so cellulose digestion occur in the cecum or anterior part of large intestine. Anterior part of large intestine. Okay, right. This is over the total concept about gut or alimentary canal. Come to the digestive glands. Come to the digestive. Salivary gland. Next one, digestive. Digestive gland. Okay. First one, salivary. Okay. Salivary. Next to number 2, gastric. Number 3, okay, intestinal. Intestinal gland. Number 4, liver. Number 5, pancreas. Okay. Salivary glands, gastric glands, intestinal glands, liver and pancreas. Liver and pancreas. First one come to the salivary gland. First one come to the salivary gland. 3 pairs of salivary glands are present in human being. Most important bit nanadi. Three pairs of salivary glands are present in human beings. Okay. Parotid glands, submaxillary glands, and sublingual glands. Okay. Parotid, submaxillary, and sublingual. Okay. Parotid, parotid gland, next, submaxillary gland, next, sublingual. Sublingual. He means gland. Parotid gland, submaxillary gland, sublingual. Right. The secretions of salivary glands is called saliva. The secretions of salivary gland is called saliva. Okay. Okay. So, saliva. Okay. Saliva nature, okay, alkaline nature. Okay, partially alkaline. Okay, pH about 6.8. pH about 6.8. What is pH? The concentration of hydrogen ion in the fluid, any type of fluid. The concentration of hydrogen ions in any type of fluid is called pH. Is called pH. The secretions of saliva is called, the secretions of salivary gland is called saliva. Usually about 6.8. Okay. In the saliva, two types of enzymes are present. Salivary amylase and lysogen. Important. Okay. So in the saliva, two types of enzymes are present. Okay. So, two types of enzymes are present in saliva. Salivary amylase. Salivary amylase, okay, or silane, or silane, okay, and lysogen, lysogen, okay. So two types of enzymes are present in saliva: salivary amylase or silane, and lysogen. Okay. So I will see next class about remaining salivary glands. Okay. I am leaving.